And
Yeah.
for vegetables, like I've never really been a picky eater. I've been like, okay, what's a chicken option or what's a burger option available here? And then it became Brussels sprouts and asparagus. And recently I realized how easy broccoli is to make. So it's pretty much whatever green is gonna go on my plate.
Yeah. Cool. Do you have any favorite films, like cinematic masterpieces or Hollywood films that are mainstream?
So I actually have a poster of The Wolf of Wall Street up here. I think it's
Oh,
the one
cool.
movie I've seen multiple times in a movie theater. And it's
Yeah.
just like it's so absurd. And then also, like, as someone that's motivated to do stuff, I go, well, anyone can literally do anything, even if it's scamming people. It's just the idea of the perception of you being smarter than you are. That's you don't have to be gifted, you don't have to be whatever. You just need that perception because perception is reality.
Interesting.
And Chef is a great movie with John Favreau. That's like he works as a chef at a restaurant, he blows his lid, he gets fired, he opens up a food truck, and then he's actually happy. And those are like my motivators for being in life. Just like find something that makes you happy.
Cool. Do you have any favorite books, or do you not like reading? Or
I love reading. I just started reading in the last few years, and it's mostly a lot of like self-help personal development books.
okay,
But I would recommend to anyone that there's a book called once again I'm gonna swear, but it's in the title.
okay,
Do the fucking work.
yeah.
And it's
I'm
it's a
gonna write that down.
story it's a story of a design firm of right when they're off the ground, and then there's struggles, but then there's also like 1 2 page little motivating things. They're just like what you can't do, and it's nothing, and then what you will do, and it's like when there's shirts that are like impossible but the IM is marked off unavailable, the UN's marked off, so it just leaves like possible, available, willing, all this stuff. And then there's one that I just read also of the art of nonconformity. So I feel
Okay,
like if you read the art of nonconformity, it will teach you it's okay to be the crazy one in the group, because the crazy
yeah.
ones are the ones that are the actual sane ones, because they
Interesting.
can believe. And then and do
Oh no, it's lagging. Uh-oh.
do the effing work teaches you of like once you're in that grind. So I go if one especially if they're you good?
Yeah, now the lag is gone.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay. No worries. So I use those two books now as if I recommend
Oh, the
to
lag.
anyone before they're starting to work hard.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I might check them out myself. What else did I write down? Hmm. I think that's all the questions that I got today. Is there
That's
anything?
it.
Yeah, that's all I wrote down yesterday. I've been kind of busy with other things and stuff like that.
No worries.
Yeah, I just went to like you were talking about craziness and nonconformity. I just converted to Sikhism myself.
How's that been? What was the
Oh,
decision to do that?
well, I lost both of my parents, and it was very like it felt so dreadful, and I was kind of masking it with
Mhm.
masking the pain with drinking and
Yep.
smoking marijuana. No hard substances, but
Yeah. But it's like
weed was
alter
terrible.
yeah.
Hmm. And yeah, it's only been 5 years, and I started grief counseling has been helping tremendously.
Yep.
So many repressed memories from my childhood that I can kind of look back on fondly and not so fondly have come back.
Yep.
And my medication, I asked my psychiatrist to switch my medication a little bit, so we doubled the dose
Mhm.
of a oral tablet and took me off an injection, which is working out better. I'm a little bit less passive. I can still think cognitively and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I gave up those substances, and I decided that Christianity has kind of been because I was too much into Christian existentialism, which is kind of being
Okay.
alone with God. Even though when
Mhm.
I was in church, I still felt alone with God.
Yeah.
So I decided to go to the Sikh temple, and I know an MP named Gagan Sikhan, who's my local MP, and I was volunteering for the Liberal Party, so I met his father. And Gagan's father talked briefly about the afterlife in Sikhism, and it was interesting to me. So I decided to venture to the Sikh temple myself, and I felt really at peace. It was nice.
See, I have mad respect for that, for the fact of like, I think that if you're just raised with one religion and
Yeah.
if you never question it and you just go through it,
Oh
that
yeah.
isn't religion. That's just a random thing.
I'm big into philosophy too, so
Yeah, where it's like, yeah. So
yeah,
it's just all those weird things of like, you need to question everything,
yeah,
and I believe that if you're not questioning enough, your life is too comfortable. And I'm a
yeah,
big believer of comfortability leads to complacency.
yeah. Good point. And the metaphysics of Sikhism are very interesting to me as well, because like you have a
Mhm.
direct connection to God, but God is outside of the universe. It's kind of interesting. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I like it. And there's like all-knowing gurus who can teach people that sort of thing.
Yeah. And it's just new knowledge.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
go
I'm
for
learning stuff.
degrees, you're talking to people. This is clearly you're interested in new things.
Yeah, that's what the whole concept of Sikhism is, being a student. So yeah,
Mm.
works for me. Can you wait 1 second? I just gotta use the washroom quickly.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, well I'll be right back.
No worries.
Sorry. Sorry. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah. So what else can I ask?
You're very well spoken.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I don't use big words all the time. Sometimes my writing, I use big words here and there, but I don't like to use rhetoric because rhetoric can kind of blockade people and make it hard to understand things.
It's so funny. I started speaking in like cliches now and
Yeah.
just like I go, oh, this is so cliche, or even saying like that universe stuff. I'm like, oh, this is such weird hippie stuff. But like I'm j- I see my friends that are into like crystals and healing powers and
Oh,
psychics,
cool.
and I'm like, okay, I'm not off the deep end yet.
Yeah. That's the I like. There's an author named Philip K. Dick. I
Okay.
love reading his writing. He talks about that sort of thing quite a bit, and about aliens, and like he was really paranoid and have religious experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did a lot of hard drugs, which I don't
Mhm.
really agree with. But I think like religion's good for exploring that sort of thing, and
Yeah.
it can be dangerous too, though. I guess.
I think that's like there's some weird parallel between like exploring yourself for like your sexuality, drug vices, religion, everything of just like there's not enough people that are doing a lot of exploration in the world.
Yeah,
And it
yeah, it
should
makes
like
it interesting.
it's especially last year. I'm a straight enough white dude. There's a lot of things that came up last year, not allowed to voice my opinion on. And it's not
Yeah,
because my
that's,
opinion doesn't count.
yeah,
My opinion isn't valid. There's other people, and it's my job to give them a platform. It's my job to raise them up. It's my job to help my friends. It's not my job to talk. It's my job to listen at that point.
Huh. That's fair, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to comment on that. I consider myself not to be Caucasian, but Mediterranean because
Yeah, okay.
my background's Maltese.
Yeah.
And we've been colonized so many times by other countries, but Malta is not too popular in terms of people knowing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, my dad's Canadian as hell for a while, and then my mom is she was born in Sicily, and then I find out
it's Malta is right by Sicily.
Yeah, I've looked into the history of Sicily, and like we've been taken over so many times. Like if I do an ancestry test, I'm pretty sure like that half of me will just be like everything, because like Africa's taken over Sicily before. It's a hilarious mess.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think about cancel culture?
I literally just had the thought earlier this morning. I was going through who I follow on Instagram, just because like I feel like there's I followed a lot of people, and then a lot of people, and I'm jealous of these people that they've like deleted their social media accounts, or they don't have the apps, or they're not updating it, or they're also like people in my life that I worked with for 3 weeks 15 years ago. It doesn't matter anymore. Don't worry about these people in your life. And literally there's at least 2 people that I was following, and I had the thought, and I went, well, they were canceled, so like there's no point following them now.
Yeah. What do you think it means to be canceled? Like not have followers, or?
I think it's just accountability.
Yeah.
But like, unfortunately, there are stuff where there's a spectrum of crime. It isn't just you murder someone, so you're a murderer. There's first, second, third degree. There's manslaughter. There's accidental homicide. Where it's when people are like, especially when it's making other people feel certain ways, especially if they don't vocalize it in the moment, you're not going to know how they feel. You can't just make a guess, especially I'm a very loud person. I described myself recently as passionately aggressive.
Okay.
Or aggressively passionate. One of the two, where if you just see me, I might be loud. If you just hear me, I might be loud. But if you listen to what I'm saying, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. His intentions are good. All of this stuff.
Interesting.
So I'm a big, like, don't off of first look, but if someone has 15 accusations about not hitting on someone weird, doing something wrong, especially sexually, it's like, well, you play with fire. And literally I just saw someone is being flam roasted or whatever on Twitter about their young referee in New York State, and they're 20, and apparently they sent dick photos to a girl that was 14. I've never sent a dick photo in my life. I'm just like, I got nothing to show off. Like, I'm average and I'm not impressive. I got a personality. I don't need to send a photo of that. So it's just like those parts where it's like, I don't understand how someone can be so dumb, especially if they want to chase something that they're in the public eye. Like, even I've had thoughts recently where I'm like, man, this is what I want to do, but also like it might come back against me in the future of like, we're in Canada, so weed is legal recreationally. So on my Instagram story earlier today on Saturday, February 20th, there was photos or videos of me smoking a joint watching WrestleMania 8. Like, I'm allowed to do that.
I saw you post WrestleMania. That brought back memories of being with my father and watching WrestleMania 8 from Blockbuster. That was nice, man.
See, I've got like no personal memories of wrestling before 96, 97. I've just listened to a lot of podcasts, watch RF video shoot interviews, or have seen tweets or highlights where I'm now. I got recommended early 90s WCW, and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna watch ECW, WCW, and WWF from 92 to current-ish.
Yeah, I actually saw Ralph Feinstein at Square One day. It was so random.
Ooh, there's a name. The original cancel culture.
Yeah, he was. That's what I was thinking about when you mentioned our video. Like, he was. Yeah, he got booted out of his own promotion, basically.
But then the thing was, like, that's one of the scenarios where it's a sketchy scenario. No cops were involved. He didn't get indicted, but it showed, because like I have the random joke. I'm like, what if I'm into this weird sexual fetish? Well, I can't go to this website because it might get copied and posted online of mediocrely, minimally known pro wrestler is like this, where it's like, no, it's just explore yourself.